All right, hey everybody. Welcome to yet another concert review. This time we will be doing a review of the Allman Betts Family Revival at the Beacon Theater. All right, so part of the reason I wanted to go to this show was because I remember back at the King Crimson show, also at the Beacon. Well, not King Crimson, that's Beat, but anyways, at that show. I had heard, oh, this is a place where the Allman Brothers used to play a lot. And so I started thinking, I kind of want to see an Allman Brothers show. But of course, the Allman Brothers, most of them are dead now. But I forgot exactly how it is that I learned of this show. But I found this show and I was like, damn, all right, I gotta go then. I gotta go to this. Now, I would have gone to the show that was closer to my area, the one at the Paramount, but it just at the time there was a bit of like miscommunication and like between like my family members and things like that, so it just ended up working out that we ended up going to the Beacon. And honestly, it was better that we went to the Beacon show because this show set list seems a bit better for the one I went to. Yeah, so yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, so we get to the Beacon Theater. Unfortunately, I don't get any merch. I don't really know why. I just chose not to. I guess we wanted to get to our seats quick, get quick drinks. I don't know. But we had a pretty decent view from where we were. I'll say, like, we were sort of like we were almost dead center in like the area we were in. We weren't like on the bottom floor, where close up to the band, but we were in a spot where I think we could see like really nice. So that was nice. Yeah. So. Honestly, let's just get into it. So, they started off with the opening track from their first album, from the Allman Brothers' first album, Don't Want You No More. It's a pretty cool instrumental. I like it. It's very, very bluesy. And I guess let's get into some of the members. So, you got like Devon Allman, who I believe is the son of Greg, and you got Dwayne Betts, who's the son of Dickie Betts, and they look a lot like their parents. It's like it's clear they're trying to go for the look of their parents, and also apparently the bassist is like the cousin of Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins, apparently. I did not know that. I was told after the show that was apparently the case. So, hey, that's interesting. Got a connection in there, I guess. Yeah, so they did Don't Want You No More. They did It's Not My Cross to Bear, which is the next track off the first album. Another good song. This number is when Devon Allman came on, and this was interestingly the only number where he played keyboards out of all the songs. I guess he just chose not to for the other songs. I guess getting into this now, something to note about this show is that like almost every song had a guest star. So almost every song had some sort of like person from like the alternative blues scene, like I guess coming in to play parts. It was just interesting getting to see some of the modern blues artists. Most of them, I'll admit, I haven't heard of, but they seemed pretty cool. For example, there was this one guy who absolutely had pipes when he sung. It was this one guy, he was on both Statesboro Blues and Whipping Post, and yeah, he was a very good singer. His voice was amazing, and I guess getting into like the stage setup a bit, They had like a projector screen behind them, which looked really cool. Like for some songs, they had like little like screen films, like Pink Floyd style, going in the back. For some of them, they tried to do like the 60s psychedelic like light show type thing in the back, with like the liquid light show looking type thing, which is probably like what would have been the case if you were actually seeing the Allman Brothers back in the day at like the Fillmore East. Yeah, so that was sort of like the stage setup. You know, they had 3 drummers, which was cool. They had like 3 drummers at once. And I guess another interesting comment is that I kept getting confused between these 2 guitarists who showed up. There was one who played like a sort of like jazz looking guitar, and had like a black jacket on, and he was on during like Whipping Post and Dreams. Whereas there was this other one who was on more songs and sort of did like Dwayne's slide parts, who wore like a blue shirt. But like I kept getting confused between the 2. At first, I thought they were the same person, but like it wasn't until the end of the show, where everyone comes on stage, that I realized no, they're 2 separate people. Yeah, so that was interesting. Anyway, so yeah, so I guess let's get into some highlights of the show. So the highlights of the show were, you know, like Whipping Post was fantastic. It was really good, really jammy. Of course, you got that great guy singing, and both the guy in the black jacket and Dwayne Betts did great solos on that song. That song was phenomenal. So was Dreams, which was one of the few songs where Devon Allman played lead guitar on it, and yeah, he has the blood in him. You know, both him and Dwayne Betts have the blood in them. They know what they're doing. They got the skills to play the Allman Brothers stuff. And Blue Sky was very good as well. You know, Dickie Betts classic. And of course, they did Jessica, which was really good. Now during Jessica, the whole time, there was this lady who was sitting near us who was like standing up dancing for like the whole song. She was the only person in our like seating area who was standing up dancing. I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with that, but you know, it did get a little distracting at times. Thankfully, she wasn't really blocking my view. I could still see what was going on. And yeah, Jessica, you know, classic instrumental, classic Dickie Betts instrumental. Yeah, very good. And I guess the comment about something you might be seeing with like the footage on these songs is that like the camera quality looks a little different for some of them, and that's because during One Way Out, I was having storage issues with my phone, so I had to switch to my dad's phone. He let me use his phone to film everything else. But yeah, during One Way Out, I started having camera issues. So my dad's phone is a little bit more advanced, so you actually get better camera shots with the ones that come from my dad's phone. But anyway, One Way Out was really good. It had this cool like intro at the beginning from Dwayne Betts, and this guy singing was this guy with a like Bob Dylan harmonica stand and Les Paul. He seemed pretty cool. In fact, he did a harmonica solo on that song before the guitar solo. And he also had like this girl with him on like what looked like an electric ukulele or something during that song. Yeah, but One Way Out, yeah, another classic. But yeah, that was another really good one. But after that song, you know, the camera started fucking up. Now they did do a few like 90s Allman Brothers songs, and they seemed alright. Like the first, like the one they, like one of the ones they did was this song called like Nobody Knows. I got confused between that and like Whipping Post at first. Like for a second I thought they were playing Whipping Post when they started playing that. They sound very similar. And that was actually a cool like jammy one. Like that was another one where Devon Allman was playing guitar on it, and yeah, he's really good. You know, he got a good that song had a good dueling guitar solo on it. As for like some of the other guest stars they had, there was this one guy who was absolutely insane on guitar, who played during Rambling Man and Southbound. He was really good. Like he was like really good on guitar. I'd actually like to see him again at some point. And he also sang on Rambling Man instead of having Dwayne Betts sing on it. I personally think that Dwayne Betts probably should have sung on that number, but anyway, because you know it's his dad's song. But yeah, there was a bunch of you know, guest stars. There was this one like a blues guitarist, some guy something McRae. Yeah, but he's I'm assuming he's probably a pretty famous blues guitarist or something, and he played on Stormy Monday, which is another sort of cool like blues number of theirs. Yeah, I feel like I've gone over most of the stuff about this show really. Yeah, I mean overall it was a really, really good show. Yeah, I had a great time seeing it. At the end, for the encore, they did Midnight Rider, and they had, like, everybody on stage for that one. And, you know, they, like, introduced all the band members during it. All, like, the guest stars, they said their names. And, yeah, overall, this show was, really cool. I'm glad I got to see it. I'm glad I got to see, an Allman Brothers show. At least one by the children anyway, and I would love to see them again at some point, because they were really, really good. They were really good. Yeah, alright, thanks for watching, everybody.